Tonight we have a special PC Watch feature on the United States Student Association. This one is serious rather than funny like we usually do, and so we're going to devote the whole segment to it. With us is Rob Jennings, an investigative reporter for Accuracy in Academia's magazine, Campus Report. Now, you are in PC Talk a USSA convention survivor. Tell us about your experience.
Well, that's right. I've actually started following United States Student Association back in '89, have attended a couple of their conferences, and have found out, like many students who attend their conferences, that it's not a trip where you can find out about student lobbying and find out about higher education issues. It's actually kind of a trip into the political fringe and sort of political extremism that is out there among our student populace, pardon me.
Now, what is the agenda that they are pushing? What are some specifics of what they stand for?
Well, the United States Student Association claims to be the only national student lobby voice in Washington, D.C. Some of the education issues they talk about are higher education as an entitlement, Pell Grants as an entitlement, abortion access on campuses, things of this nature. But when you get behind the glossiness of their, what I would consider kind of a fringe, even education agenda, they get into more kind of things like they're involved with NARAL, National Abortion Rights Action League. The Young Communist League has many members on their board. They had the Young Communist League at their conference. Democratic Socialists of America. They've metamorphosized into the National Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual Student Caucus. They just had a national meeting during the Gay Rights March. Just different things of this. They also do an exchange every year where they travel to Cuba at the expense of Fidel Castro's government, and they also bring the Cuban Student Federation, a government student group, to the United States for a sort of propaganda trip.
Now, are they getting funding from our students out there?
Well, that's what's frightening about it. Many students don't know what's going on with the United States Student Association, but in fact, they are being funded by mandatory student fees. They make the majority of their money from the conferences which they hold, where they charge as high as $290 a student to attend a 3-day conference. They also charge $1,000 a year in membership fees, and you know, it's this kind of thing that students really don't know what's going on. They're good at getting their people into the student governments, and you know, their money, the students' money, is going to this kind of wacky
We've got
kind of fringe.
We've got a quick call from University of California, Davis. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Tell us your story about USSA.
My name's Andy Puño, and I'm a member of the student government at UC Davis. And we are a member of USSA. We pay $1,000 a year. And we also have a national lobby office that runs at about $10,000 cost to students and work at the direction of the United States Student Association. Last year, a team of USSA representatives descended on our campus and asked for an additional $18,000 to buy a West Coast office somewhere in the region of Oregon, Washington, and California. But the students voted that down. The student body did. They continue to harass us for more money. But the student government has changed such that now there's a majority of people would like to cut off the funding for our national lobbying efforts and withdraw our membership from the United States Student Association.
Thank you very much. So you can be successful in purging USSA with...
You can be successful. Stanford withdrew last year. The University of Iowa withdrew about a month ago. They've gone from about 350 schools down to 200. They still claim 3 million members. It's kind of fraudulent. They claim every member at the school as a member of their group. It's a big issue at Iowa State University. I traveled out there a few weeks ago. Iowa State has put in $17,000 in USSA-related activities, mandatory student fees in the past 2 years. And once students are finding out, you know, what this is all about, they're bouncing the guys out that are voting for USSA and starting to get pretty wise about it.
So they can take some positive steps toward this.
It is. It just takes action. It's nothing that outside people can do. It's all up to the students to find out who the senators are and who their government representatives are that are supporting this type of stuff, and you know, tell them, look, they're not an effective lobby. Call your congressman and ask him if USSA is an effective lobby. I think you'll find a shocking answer, and you know, probably have good momentum to pull your school out.
Great. Thanks for being with us tonight, Rob. If you have the urge to purge USSA, do it. They're taking your money, probably. This has been a terrific season, and it's just a wind-up of things to come. We want to thank all of our affiliates and the many activists out there who brought Campus Connection Live to universities across America. Have a great summer and get ready to blow the lid off next season, which starts on September 28th. Until then, I am Molly. I am woman. Hear me roar.
And I will remain my white, oppressive, patriarchal self. See you in the fall.